You asked, so let's talk about it. Nurse Doc asked about trauma dumping at work, specifically with coworkers. I used to be a clinical supervisor, and as a clinical supervisor, there was no way for my team to trauma dump on me. It was literally my job that if something was upsetting, if there were things going on in their life, I needed to be aware because they were operating under my license and I needed to monitor things for them. And I could connect them with resources like EAP or FMLA, whatever they needed to support them emotionally. I think boundaries can be incredibly helpful as the listener. I once was talking with a friend, and I think there were 2 times I went to them and I was a mess. And my friend told me, girl, you need therapy. And she was like, you have until this day to let me know who your therapist is. She gave me some recommendations and was really just a support. But I think that was a way to set a boundary of like, when you're coming to me, you're not okay. So you need to talk to somebody. And so I think even at work, it's like, oh, wow, it seems like you're really going through a lot. Maybe you should talk to someone. Normalizing help seeking. So normally helpers are the worst at getting help. Because of that, I wrote a chapter in my book called Helpers Need Help Too. That's chapter 6, and I specifically talk about ways to avoid burnout and compassion fatigue. I also have resources over on YouTube on both of those topics. September is National Suicide Awareness Month, and I think it's really important that we point out that helpers often have their own things going on. And yet, as a listener, I do get to set some boundaries. So as a nurse, people can do little things like wearing headphones while they're doing their documentation, avoiding places where people are more likely to just just be chatting, sometimes in the break room and things. And then knowing that if somebody starts diving into a really deep story, that I can let them know, hey, I'm not in a space to hear this right now. Maybe we can talk some other time. And then this topic made me think about a new chapter in my book on mental health and social media, because I know that this can also happen a lot online. As a creator, I've had people put a lot of things in the comments and they're intending to connect with others, but it can be triggering. And so sometimes I'll go through some of those comments and delete some things. There have been times when I've responded to a comment thinking I was being helpful, but it was interpreted the wrong way. And so I'm just more careful with that now. I hope this helps. Let me know if there are any other questions or comments.